Did you ever give Adrian Bean a story to tell?
No, I never even met the brother.
At this point in time in hearing this?
At that point in time.
All right. What about Walter Murphy? Did you ever give him a story to tell?
Never.
The Young Thug YSL RICO trial continues. We get more testimony of Detective Quinn pertaining to the officer-involved shooting. Then we get to see a video of Adrian Bean snitching in the interrogation room. Today was a half day. This trial is going to take years. I just enabled a membership for the channel. You get emotes to use in the comment section, or you get extra videos pertaining on what tier you get. If you want to support me, I would really appreciate it. It'd be sick to get some of you guys on there. I appreciate the support more than you guys will ever know. Let's get right into this video, boys. First look at Thug today, eating. I wonder what bro's eating now. I can't really tell yet. You look like you going to church this morning. So they're starting off listening to a jail call of Adrian being his wife again. I believe Brian still doesn't want a part of it to be shown to the jury.
I don't do nothing to them when they look at it, cause man, don't put me in no bullshit like that, boy.
Right, Adrian kind of funny, but he's stupid as hell.
Y'all got me f***ed up, man. Y'all nigga put me in the mid like that, man. I'm a f***ing family man, hustle nigga, man. Don't get out here and do shit like that.
Courtney Bean is repeating what other people are saying, and she's not going to be a witness from what we were told. But people pull you on like they don't. But hold on, first off, because nobody even know you was with them. Everybody keeps saying Buck Buck. They thought it was Buck Buck Thug. All the other, I would argue that all of that is other people's supposed statements coming through Courtney Bean to Adrian Bean over the recorded call. I asked you to exclude all that. It says, but people pull you on like they didn't. But hold on, first off, all this what the trip, because nobody even know you was with them. Everybody keeps saying Buck Buck. They thought it was Buck Buck Thug, all that, and I don't hear the word other, but it's in there. So my point, I stopped there, it's on line 11. All of that is Miss Courtney Bean, who's not a witness, that's hearsay, and it's Courtney Bean repeating what other people supposedly say or think or tell. So all of that, Your Honor, is for the truth of the matter asserted, and I make the same objection I made on C. One, Thug, them running around telling them people it was Bean. Again, it's other people being supposedly told. You don't know where Miss Courtney Bean's getting from. Miss Courtney Bean is not a witness, so I object under hearsay.
So the objection is saying it's hearsay, that Courtney Bean is not a witness. He can't cross-examine her. Let's see what the state says.
The truth of the matter would be, we want to believe that everyone kept saying it was Buck Buck. That is not why we are offering it. The reason why the state played the entirety of it was to show that this particular conversation has an effect on how Adrian Bean responds to Courtney Bean, given what she has said to him. So immediately following what Courtney Bean references, he goes into what he did and what happened on September 11, 2013. So whether or not Buck Buck told the people in the community, whether or not Thug told people in the community, we're not offering it for the truth of the matter asserted. We are offering it to show the effect on Adrian Bean, which immediately after Courtney tells him this information, he goes into, nah, that ain't got nothing to do with us. Niggas got me f***ed up. I ain't got nothing to do with none of that shit. I don't know what the hell was going on. I was taking a nigga to get some lean, and that was about it. So I don't know what the hell a nigga talking about. So again, all we're offering it is his effect on his response to what Courtney is saying. And then Adrian Bean proceeds to go on about everything else, rehashing what happened on September 11, 2013. On the other hand, where the alleged fact may be so, regardless of whether the statement is true or false, the statement is not hearsay. We don't care if that statement about Buck Buck or Thug is true or false. We solely are bringing it in to show what Adrian's response was to Courtney telling him this information. Whether or not Big Ken was going to have a hit out on them, again, true or false, it does not matter. We are bringing it in solely for what Adrian's response to that was, which was, nah, I ain't got nothing to do with that. That ain't got nothing to do with us.
Still kind of hearsay though, right? I mean, I get what she's saying, but all depends on what the jury's going to see. They're going to hear that and be like, oh, that's the truth. That's what happened.
Because if it was, Adrian Bean was a witness here. He was never asked about this recording. He can no longer be cross-examined about this recording. To say it had an effect on him is pure hearsay. That's why I'm moving for the whole tape to be recording to be excluded, being offered for the truth. Because then the state is going to say Thug was mentioned by Courtney Bean. And then the state is going to argue that if it's not for the truth of the matter asserted, then this should not come in. If the court wants it to come in, then it has to be respectfully redacted from Thug under 403. Because if it's not for the truth of the matter, why does it matter that Thug was mentioned?
But it's not hearsay, it's the effect on the listener. Why is it more prejudicial than probative?
Well, first of all, I disagree it's not hearsay. Because the state is using it for the truth of the matter asserted, because otherwise it's irrelevant. You don't need
that's
this
their
to
argument.
explain.
That's yours.
Okay.
Okay.
I thought you would find that. Okay, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
To put Thug in there on a witness I can't speak with who says that she got this from a third party, I think, yes, I have major problems with that. And it's saying that's what people are telling, but people pull you on like they didn't. Everybody keeps saying Buck Buck. This is all repeating unknown third parties or fourth parties or fifth parties. I have no idea who these people are. They said they thought it was Buck Buck Thug and all the other.
But remember, it goes to show Bean's, it's contextual, because right after that, Bean says, and I ain't got nothing to do with this. I mean, he's responding to a statement that his wife made at that point in time.
Not exactly sure I agree with that. If Adrian Bean, man, they talking about shootout with the police, Courtney Bean, they don't say nothing about no robbery. That is all the news say. Adrian Bean, everybody thinks I had a shootout with the police. Then if you go to where I'm not challenging, on page 5 of 8, Adrian Bean says, nah, I ain't got nothing to do with us. Ends got me effed up. I ain't got nothing to do with none of that. He never says anything that he has to respond to. That is all just an argument to get this in. And if it's not for the truth of the matter asserted, then clearly it prejudices Jeffrey Williams under 24-4-403 because I can't cross-examine anybody who's made this statement. Either it's Courtney Bean or whoever she supposedly heard this from, or if she made it up, or if she was joking, or there's nothing here. So the jurors are just going to hear how Thug is involved. And that's, I think, extremely prejudicial, especially if not offered for the truth. Because Mr. Bean, you would notice, he never says anything about Thug. He never says anything in this conversation about Jeffrey Williams. So the only time it's used is when the state is saying, well, we don't want it for the truth. We just want a response to just, if the state really feels like that and you really agree with.
They're talking about being involved in the robbery. They're not talking about, they're literally saying Buck and Thug are saying that you were there. So the person that it would prejudice the most would be Adrian Bean, not anyone else. And he is in response to that. The mention of Thug isn't prejudicial because Mr. Williams has already been mentioned in this trial through the interview. So this playing of this particular portion is not any more prejudicial because there's already evidence before this court, before this jury, that mentions through the audio statement that Mr. Steele played and that Mr. Steele introduced that Thug's a part of the robbery. So this is not more prejudicial because this is not the first time they will be hearing the name Thug as relates to this incident on September 11, 2013.
That's low-key a good point from her.
I'm going to overrule the objection at this point in time made by defendant Williams that the statements are not, in fact, hearsay, but they are being offered to explain their effect on specifically Mr. Adrian Bean and their subsequent and his subsequent statement or conduct.
The judge somehow thinks that's non-hearsay. Interesting. I don't know if I agree with that, but he ruled that way, so the jury's gonna be able to hear it. Detective Quinn back up on the stand.
Man, that nigga hopped out the car, man, when you start busting. Wow. 12 got their bag, turn around, bag up. Niggas by the time they're trying to turn around and get up out there, they running, hit me, boom, off the car. I run, see him, he put the goddamn gate, do something on the opposite side. Boom, he shoot through the car. Boom, 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 boom. That nigga thought they got down Big Fred, out the car, the police shot, they were still shooting. Nah, them niggas probably shot Big Cuz. Him, Big Fred, and goddamn DK had to strap. I wouldn't strap.
So a lot just was said right there about Thug and Big Fred, and he thinks Thug shot Big Fred.
No, so they had $150 to go by the lane. Nah, man.
He talking so freely on this damn jail call that says it's recorded at the beginning, but can the jury believe this? Not really, because this guy's a fucking liar. Simple as that.
Nigga DK shot at 12. Yeah, he said it. For no reason, what? He shooting for no reason, though. That's why they started shooting that shot. Me and Thug got down. We get out the car and run. I just went the wrong way, man. I should have fought Thug there.
So the jury just heard that. I should have followed Thug. I went the wrong way. Thug got away, but I didn't, essentially, is what he's saying. Does this prove YSL is a big enterprise if Thug was even in this car? Not really.
Now, Detective Quinn, in that portion, did you hear the reference of someone or individual by name of Thug?
Yes.
Okay. At this point in your investigation, had that name come up for you? And at this point, when you're listening to these jail calls?
No.
So Adrian Bean spilled the beans on a jail call that Thug was even there. No one had any idea. But he's a fucking liar. So it's like, we can't even really take it serious.
Is it at this point in time that this name comes to your attention?
It does.
And at this time, had you yourself spoken at all with Adrian Bean?
Not at all.
He's saying he listed everyone who had guns in the car and he thinks Thug shot Big Fred on accident while they were crashing.
Before hearing the entirety of this call, did you have any awareness of who the driver was of this red Nissan?
It was still a mystery.
He said it's a bitch for driving. The bitch had on lace front wig. Who is this hoe? So goddamn, he can't find out who this hoe is. Then he go in. When he kept calling broad. He was at it. He was so far. I put him on speaker so brother I was shopping. Got his head.
Prior to speaking to Adrian Bean, were you trying to determine if the person driving the car was a female?
I was.
And is that based upon the evidence that you had at that point in time?
Absolutely.
Did you call Miss Courtney Bean on the night of the incident?
I did.
Did you ask her about who this broad was who could have been driving that vehicle?
Those were my words.
What, if anything, did you tell her about her husband?
I said, as far as I knew, he was a passenger.
And was that your understanding of his role at that point in time?
At that point, and I had no charges on him.
And at that point in time, when you spoke with Miss Courtney Bean, again, had you ever communicated with Adrian Bean?
I had not.
Now, did you hear when Adrian Bean said, them niggas kept it 100, them niggas, they gave us a story to tell?
I heard that.
Did you ever give Adrian Bean a story to tell?
No, I never even met the brother.
At this point in time in hearing this?
At that point in time.
All right. What about Walter Murphy? Did you ever give him a story to tell?
Never.
And what about Frederick Prothero?
I did not.
All right.
That's a big point for the defense, that one of these detectives interviewed Adrian the first day he was arrested at the hospital, and they gave him a story to tell, like put Thug into it. I'm pretty sure he even said that it was Detective Quinn, so this shit's pointless. Adrian Bean's a liar. This testimony's stupid.
Do you know what the story was that they were to tell?
No clue.
To your knowledge, did Lewis or Calhoun ever speak with Adrian Bean while he was at RICO?
Not to my knowledge.
Not to his knowledge that those detectives spoke to Bean at the hospital, but he doesn't really know.
Who did you know definitely went down to Grady Hospital?
Walter Murphy and Frederick Prothero.
All right. Did you have any information that Adrian Bean had went down to Grady Hospital?
I did.
You said you did not?
I didn't know.
Okay. Did you receive any information of Adrian Bean going down to Grady Hospital?
I got information that he had gone in, but he had also gone to jail.
And did you ever send anyone down to Grady specifically to speak to Adrian Bean?
Not at all.
To your knowledge, did any of the zone detectives or sergeants with Zone 3 ever go down to Grady Hospital and speak with Adrian Bean?
Not at all. Nothing was reported back to me.
And would you, if that would have occurred, would you be the person it would come back to?
Yeah, I'm pretty much running the show. They had to bring it to me.
We talked about the homicide detectives. Did you ever instruct any of the zone detectives or zone sergeants to go down and speak to Adrian Bean at Grady Memorial?
I did not.
And would you have instructed any of the zone detectives or zone sergeants to go talk to Adrian Bean at Grady Memorial Hospital?
If I thought he was there, I would have. At that point, my understanding was he'd gone to jail.
Did he speak with you about who was involved?
Yes, he did.
Was he able to give you details about the incident?
He was.
Was he able to identify who the fourth person in the car was?
He was.
Now, was his interview recorded?
Videotape and audio tape.
Bro snitched. Now he tries to testify 11 years later and act like he wasn't snitching. Oh my God, we have a video of Adrian Bean snitching. I would imagine the audio is gonna be terrible. Let's see what happens. He's got the soda I was talking about. I believe it is a Fanta.
Guy Young Thug. Who? Let me make sure I got these names right.
This guy, Young Thug.
You know, Guy Young Thug rolled up and said, hey man, I just seen a dude with about 23,000 on. You know what I'm saying? Who's that? Who? That's what Young Thug said. Young Thug said, got the blue. Is he that kid with the dreadlocks? You know what I'm saying? Right. Real skinny though, wearing pants like white boys. Yeah, okay.
Real skinny, wear pants like white boys, like skinny jeans back in the day. Think about 2011, all the email white boys. I was one of them. I'm at the 8th grade, baby, wearing some skinny jeans.
What you shooting for? What you shooting at? You know what I'm saying? Don't tell all without. You know, what you shooting at? Why are you shooting? I go around, boom, hit the gate, boom, go straight across. Jump over the wall, boom, hit the other wall, boom, run into the lunch man. After that, I told him that Big Fred was riding and all like that right there. I was the driver. Big Fred was the passenger. DK was behind me, and Young Thug was behind Big Fred. Young Thug is rapping. Wait a minute, so Young Thug, what do you say crazy? He's like 6'8".
They got this man in 4K. Actually, like 360p, not 4K.
What kind of gun Young Thug got? You remember? I didn't see those. Okay, but how do you know he had one? He keep a gun on.
He keep a gun on him. We've heard all this, but the video just makes it so much worse. He's looking him straight in the face, snitching, dude.
Messy ass nothing. The car just did his own thing.
Well, cars don't do their own thing. You were pressing the gas, motherfucker, panicking, trying to run from the cops.
One guy run this way, another guy run that way, another guy run that way. All right, you know what I'm saying? Everybody go run this way. Because you were saying, like, I wish I would have ran the Thug if he got away. Which way did he go? So, I guess those guys come, so be free, though. He goes be free.
It made it even funnier. He takes a big sip of soda and then proceeds to snitch some more. That soda got him feeling good, boys.
So I jump up here, behind the Dollar King. I jump over in the parking lot. As I'm running across the parking lot, that's when the police come and run me over.
I've been asked to take a comfort break. So can we do 10 minutes and then we'll see where the day leads us at that point in time, okay? The hour being about 5:20 on Friday, we're going to go ahead and recess for the evening at this point in time, okay? I have unrelated business on some Fridays with Veterans Court. So that's why we start a little bit later. So I'm going to give you those dates. So if you want to make any other appointments or other things that you need to do, you'll have that.
This motherfucker's cutting 8 Fridays in half over the next few months. Congrats, Judge. And that's pretty much it. It was a half day because this schedule in this trial is ridiculous. Worst trial I think I've literally ever seen or heard in my life. I mean, it's making history to be the longest trial literally ever. This is an over-exaggeration here. Yeah, once again, if you join the membership down below, I would really appreciate it. It's only 10 cents per day for the bottom tier. And then it's like only 30 cents per day for extra videos. So I'm going to put up try to do like a few a month. So comment down below your opinion on this trial so far. Hit subscribe, like the video. Peace out.